Hello friends. So the second part of the periodic table and electronic configuration, we have stopped until the number of electrons in each shell and the subshell. Now we have to write the electronic configuration for the element. So how do we write this? So as usual we may think, usually it is we write as 1s. This is what we will think. The energy will be like this. The first shell, and this is the S added to it, the subshell. So this becomes the first subshell electronic configuration, that is 1s. Then we will have 2s, and in second subshell we have P also, so we write 2p subshell. Then we have 3s, then we have 3p, then in third shell actually we have D until D, and then we go to fourth we have 4s, 4p, 4d until 4f. Let it be there until there. Now you have to know that this is what we think, but actually as per the experiments it is found that the energy level of some of the subshells is different than the preceding one. So till now, from here until 3p there is no issue. We can follow the same, there is no issue with that. But after this 3p we have to be careful. It is not this way what we think. The energy level will change. The energy level is then 1s, 2s, 2p, 3s. After that 3p subshell comes in. Until here it was fine. After that it is 4s, and then 3d. After 3d it is 4p. After 4p it is 5s. So you see there is a change here. After this there is a change. That is why I told this is the energy level which actually is. So now we have to study of two important elements. One is chromium 24 and the other one we have to study about is copper 29. The two most very important elements which will be studied. How does this affect this element? So let's start writing the electronic configuration for these two. So when we start writing, what will be the first? Okay, 1s, you will have 2 electrons, so 2 filled up. Then comes 2s, 2, 2p, 6, 3s, 2. So how many already? 4, 10, 12. Still we have to go further. So 3p, 6. So how many already? 10 plus 8, 18. 18. Now further we go. How do we go further? So we have to use this one. So okay, we use this one. 4s, 2. So it is already 20. And then we say it will be 3d, 4. Correct. This is what we again. Now again the thing is, this is what we think it is. It should be like this. But if you see here, the case is, this is if at all D was to be full, then it should have 10. Then D was to be half, then it should be 5. So here if it is 5, it will be stable. At least half the electrons are filled up in the 3D subshell, then it would have been more stable than this configuration. So what happens is, it happens that this configuration will change a little. It will change automatically so that the chromium becomes stable. So what they will do is, this 4s will stay here. It will only have one electron. What the next thing will do is, 3d will become 5. So this is half filled and this is half filled. This structure and all this is same here. This structure, this below structure is more stable than the above structure. This structure is more stable than the above structure. This is about chromium. So what will be about the copper? Exactly same. You have to be careful writing copper. 2s2, 2p6, 3s2, 3p6. Then you go here, it will come 4s. You should think properly and see. It is 4s1 and 3d10. What you will do is, you will fill up this one first, Actually what we told, we have to fill this one and then go this way. But these two cases are exceptions. These two cases are exceptions. This is what we are learning about in this unit. Then we will continue in the further one. How do you find the row numbers and the column numbers? Okay, bye. Thank you.